Good evening, Crabs fans around the world and around the block, listening on the World Wide Web and on the radio. Crabs Baseball is on the air. Benjamin Schaefer along with Liam Warner. We're delighted to bring you all the Rock'em Sock'em baseball action tonight as the Crabs try to sweep a two-game series from the Chico Lone Wolves. Crabs winning handily last night 10-1, Liam, and looking for the sweep tonight.
Yeah, last night was a good game, a typical game where the Crabs kind of just wear down the other team's pitching and try to keep that momentum going after a very successful 3-3 road trip.
Yeah. Crabs, it was a close game until the eighth. Crabs played it 5 runs in the eighth to put it away, but so typical Crabs ball game, as you said. It's a gorgeous night for baseball. The band is here. The seats are filling up, and wind is blowing out towards center field. Let's give you the starting lineups for the opposing teams for the Lone Wolves. Liam?
Yes, and the starting lineups are brought to you by Compass Community Credit Union and the North Coast Co-op. Leading off for the Lone Wolves will be the center fielder Nick Anderson. Batting second will be the shortstop Jaden Neusbauer. Batting third will be the right fielder Michael Ryan. Batting fourth will be the designated hitter Zane Denton. Batting fifth will be the first baseman Tyler Porter. Batting sixth will be the second baseman Jay Patterson. Batting seventh will be the third baseman Wyatt Bickle. Batting eighth will be the left fielder Kinzer Day. Batting ninth will be the catcher Ryan Pearson. And on the mound for the Lone Wolves will be Rico Merlo.
All right, for our Crabs, leading off, it'll be Nolan Hamilton in left field. Timmy Reed in center field bats second. Cameron Sewell at second base bats third. Adam Enyart will be the DH and bat cleanup. Sutter Moss in right field bats fifth. Nico Lombardi will catch and bat sixth. Caden Lee batting seventh at first base. Parker Rogers at third base tonight batting eighth. And Michael Praz will be at short batting ninth. On the mound for the Crabs, it's Brock Lenhart.
Yeah, and Brock Lenhart making his first start of the season. This will be his fifth appearance overall. He's appeared 4 times in relief. 5 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 4 hits, 5 runs, walked 3, struck out 9.
All right, we're ready to go. And here's Anderson to lead it off for the Lone Wolves. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Anderson last night was 1 for 4. Breaking pitch is lined right at third base and off his glove, and that'll be an error on Rogers.
E5.
It's a soft liner just off the tip of Rogers' glove. I actually had it for a brief instant and just kicked away. So here's Neusbauer, the shortstop. Last night he was 1 for 3. His fastball rides high, 1-0. Who are tonight's umpires, Liam?
Brandon Coburn is behind home plate. Zach Norton's at first. Harvey Maxey is at third.
1-0. It's a bunt down the first baseline, but too hard. He's tagged out as he tries to, actually, I think it was probably a sacrifice, but it does advance, so it does advance the runner. But he is tagged out on the play. I'm not sure why you'd sacrifice this early, but whatever. Nobody out. and runner on first. I mean, you're just giving up an out. But
why don't they all listen to you, Benjamin?
No, they don't. Why doesn't everybody listen to me?
I know.
About everything.
Yeah, really.
So runner at second, 1 away. Here's Ryan. And that pitch misses high and inside. Ryan last night 0 for 3 with a run scored. One 0 pitch. High and inside. I mean, it's not like it's going to be. It's unlikely to be a 1-run ball game. I mean,
yeah,
it'd be one thing if that were more probable. But.
Well, the Crabs' offense has been really good all season.
Yeah. And last night they scored 10 runs. So 2-0 pitch, right down the middle for a strike. Two and one now to Ryan. Denton on deck, the DH. 2-1. This is down low. 3-1. Fouled out of play. Full count. Anderson out at second. Just getting started. Lenhart looks at second. Again. Yet again. And deals. Hits him. On the shoulder. So that puts runners on first and second with one out for Denton, the DH. And Denton last night was 0 for 2. I think the Lone Wolves only had 4 hits last night, if I recall correctly. Here's the pitch. Right in there for a called strike right down the middle.
Yeah, as is typical with the Crabs pitching, there were a lot of walks.
Yeah, a lot of walks, yeah. But only 1 run, which is it has been a strange pattern this year with the Crabs, giving up a lot of walks, but then somehow getting out of it usually. The 0-1. There's the breaking pitch, misses way high.
Well, against these non-league opponents, they've gotten out of it, but on the road trip against the league opponents, it hurt them. It hurt them, yeah.
Yep, that sounds about right. 1-1 to count.
They were able to cut down on the walks on Saturday. They would have swept the Lincoln Potters.
This is outside with a fastball. Yeah, they do have a lot of walks. They have over 100 walks now this season, right? They have 103 walks against only 200 strikeouts.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Which is 2-1, but like I said, as I was saying last night, in past years, the Crabs ratio has been more like 3-1. Next pitch is swung on and missed. They throw behind the runner at first, and he's a dead duck. He didn't even make it back to the bag. Two away. Nice play by Nico Lombardi. Defensively, by the way, for the Crabs. Brock Lenhart is on the mound. Nico Lombardi is catching. Caden Lee at first. Cameron Sewell at second. Parker Rogers at third. Michael Perazzo at short. Nolan Hamilton in left. Timmy Reed in center. And Sutter Moss in right. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that's foul, high in the air and out of play.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Michael Ryan to get picked off at first and you have a runner at second.
Yeah, yes, indeed. and it wasn't even close. Like I said, he didn't even make it back to the bag. He was napping. 2-2. Slider misses outside. It looks like Lenhart throws 3 pitches. Looks like he's got a curve, kind of a slider, and then the fastball. 3-2. And the pitch. Here's the fastball, and it's fouled out of play. His fastball is around 80, 81 miles an hour. That one was 82.
Brock Lenhart out of College of the Redwoods.
Oh, he's local. I didn't know that. That's.
I don't think he's from Humboldt County, but he played for CR, so local enough.
Yeah, that counts. 3-2. High and inside with a fastball, and again, Crabs pitchers struggling with control as that's a walk after the hit by pitch. So here's Porter.
Yeah, and of course, you have to keep in mind that this is Brock's first start.
That's true.
And starting is a lot different than coming in relief in terms of routine and, the mindset you have to have coming into the game. So, I think playing 6 games in a row, the Crabs.
3-2 is fouled up against the screen.
Crabs haven't had a Thursday game yet until the road trip this past week. So that kind of shuffled around the pitching rotation a bit. So.
I see. So 0-1 now to count to Porter. First and second, 2 outs. Lenhart sets. A look out at second, and he comes home with a fastball on the outside corner. Good pitch. 0-2. Two in the dirt. Look like the slider. Shakes off a sign. Now he's ready. Here comes the 1-2. Hit high in the air, foul territory, first base side, maybe playable. Headed towards the bullpen and caught in foul territory by Caden Lee. A nice play near the bullpen to end the inning. No runs, there were no hits, there was an error, and 2 left, and at the end of half an inning, Lone Wolves nothing. Crabs coming up. This is exciting Crabs Baseball 107.3 FM. We are back. Bottom of the first inning, no score, thanks to North Coast Co-op and also North Coast Mercantile, family-owned and operated, serving Humboldt County since 1951. North Coast Mercantile brings you a fantastic assortment of domestic, imported, and craft beers, as well as wine, spirits, non-alcoholic beverages, and snacks. Nolan Hamilton leads off for the Crabs against Rico Merlo, right-hander on the mound for the Lone Wolves. Pierce. And the first pitch is outside for a ball. High, I guess.
Hamilton coming in batting .355.
The 1-0 high and inside. 2-0. There's a fastball for a strike. Defensively, it's Rico Merlo on the mound. Ryan Pearson is catching. Tyler Porter at first. Jay Patterson at second. Wyatt Bickle at third. Jaden Neugbauer at shortstop. The next pitch is popped in the air behind home plate. And it's drifting into the stands, and it hits the seats. Untouched. Kinster Day in left. Nick Anderson in center, and Michael Ryan is in right field. Two balls, two strikes, the count now to Nolan Hamilton. Timmy Reed to follow, then Cameron Sewell. Here's the pitch. Strike on the outside corner called. Strike three. Oh, that was quite a creative strike three call. That was good. Little dance out there. So here's Timmy Reed.
Timmy Reed, he had a 2-run homer in Lincoln.
Did he?
Yeah. I believe it was on Sunday.
Here's the pitch. Didn't play last night. This is low.
He had a huge hit in the top of the 11th on Friday night to, at the time, make it 5-3.
Next pitch is all the way to the backstop. He's had some big hits this season.
Yeah, 5-3 in favor of the Crabs, and that was a big run because the Crabs had brought in their automatic runner. So to bring in the second runner on top of the automatic runner was really huge, and was able to get a big double.
2-0. Here's the pitch. High again with a fastball. 3-0.
I was telling everybody on the broadcast, but on Friday, the Lincoln Potters, they designate a hitter to be the dog batter of the game. And if that hitter strikes out, everyone gets like half-price beer.
Oh, 3-0 is ball 4. So he walks Reed on 4 pitches.
And so they made Timmy Reed the dog batter of the game on Friday night. And then he proceeded to get that big hit in the
Backfired,
11th on Friday and then hit a 2-run home run on Sunday.
Nice.
So did not go well for the Potters.
Here's Cameron Sewell. It'd be better if everybody got a dog in the audience.
That would be something.
That'd be cool. Boy, a huge lead over there for Timmy Reed at first. Here's the pitch. Fastball is high and away. Cameron Sewell. How's Sewell doing this season?
Sewell's doing great this season. 385, 2 home runs. He had a home run in Healdsburg, 15 RBIs, 12 walks.
Great numbers.
Timmy Reed has 5 steals on the season.
1-0, a throw to first, and Reed's back. They almost had him leaning. He was almost headed for second. 1-0. He's going. Squares to Bond. He takes the pitch for a strike as it trickles away. An easy stolen base for Reed. One and one the count to Sewell. I would not at all be surprised to see him take off for third as well. Now look out at second. Merlot deals. Fouled out of play. The 1-2. Breaking pitch misses high. Well, I have to say, this is a highly reasonable strike zone tonight. 2-2 the count. No crazy wild or high strikes.
And the zone last night, I mean, it was kind of typical of what we've seen early in the season with the really wide zone.
Really wide. Not tonight. Not so much. At least not so far. The 2-2 pitch is high again. And a lot of those pitches last night were strikes, those high pitches too. So the count full now to Sewell. Reed still out at second, 1 away. Merlot deals. Ball 4. Continues to miss high. That'll bring Enyart to the bat.
Well, Adam Enyart, he's been one of the Crabs' best hitters all season. He's leading the team in home runs with 5, leading the team in RBIs at 27. I believe he had 5 RBIs on Sunday.
Wow.
Batting .355.
He's got runners on first and second. He takes a pitch right over the heart of the plate for a called strike. Looked like Merlot took something off that one. The 0-1. Hit on the ground on the left side, kicked off the shortstop's glove and into left field. Here comes Reed. He will score to make it 1-0 on a single by Adam Enyart.
Well, there's number 28.
Yep, the RBI guys just keep coming. Here's Sutter Moss. First and second now. Run in, 1 out. And Moss takes a fastball high. I guess what you were saying early explains why Timmy Reed was in the second spot tonight. He's been, before the road trip, he was mostly in the 8 or 9 spot.
I think after Friday's game, he was moved up to the 2-hole.
1-0, hit high in the air. Foul territory behind home plate. Catcher's coming back, and it's going to bounce off the concrete on the other side of the fence.
Fans better stay alert tonight. They're already 2 going directly into the stands, close to the stands.
No, and bounced right on the concrete. Caught on 2 bounces. One and 1 the count. Winner's going. The pitch is in the dirt, and that'll be a double steal. Third steal of the inning for the Crabs. Second and third now with only 1 out, and Moss hits a fly ball, shallow center field. Center fielder racing in. It's a shortstop. Neubauer making a great catch, but that's going to plate the run to make it 2-0. So a sacrifice fly to shortstop. You don't see that too often.
No, you don't. But if you're going to see one, it's going to be on a ball like that.
That's
where
right.
The shortstop has to fall down and make the catch, and then you got someone at third, and you know, it was really fast.
So Sewell scores 2-0 Crabs, 2 outs, and here's Nico Lombardi, the catcher. And the pitch. Grounder out to second base, a few hops, he's got it. Throw to first, ends the inning. For the Crabs, there were 2 runs on a hit, there were no errors and nobody left. And at the end of 1, they lead 2-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. Crabs leading 2-0 in the top of the second inning. Patterson, Bickle, and Day to bat for the Lone Wolves, who by all rights should have only 1 player. You're going to call yourselves that?
One would think. I mean, I know you and Aaron were discussing that last night.
Yep. Chico Lone Wolves. I'm sure they're pleased to be playing on the coast here in the middle of June. Do we know where their home field is? Do we know?
I don't know exactly where they play, but I know that the weather, you know, down south, at least on the road trip, was pretty mild.
Oh, was it really? I'm surprised. Usually in Chico this time of year, it's pretty sweltering.
At least Healdsburg and Lincoln. I mean, I don't think the temperature got above 85 the entire road trip.
Okay. Well,
so
nice.
it was beautiful weather the entire time. think we got really, really lucky.
85 is perfect.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was the hottest it got. I mean,
Yeah.
most of the time in Lincoln, it was in the high 70s. It was
Beautiful.
just, yeah, incredible.
So here's Patterson to lead it off. Patterson last night came in as a pinch hitter and grounded out to second. Here's the pitch, and he takes low and outside. Brock Lenhart out on the mound with a 2-run lead. The 1-0. Hit in the air to right field. Moss is there, 1 away. Here's Wyatt Bickle, third baseman. Bickle last night came in as a pinch hitter and popped to second. He takes a strike at the knees on the inside corner. Great pitch. 0-1. That's lined right at shortstop, 2 away.
Chico, number 22, Kinzer Day.
There's Kinzer Day. Day was over 3 last night. Here's the pitch. Low. That's a cool name, Kinzer Day. That kind of has a melodic
Yeah, it just
quality
sounds
to
good.
it. Just rolls right
sounds
off
good.
the tongue, Kinzer Day.
Sounds like an actor name.
Yeah. The 1-0. Misses low again. Two-0 misses away. So 3-0 now today. Low. So he walks Day on 4 pitches. With 2 away, here's Pearson, catcher. Pearson came in last night as a pinch hitter and struck out.
Check out their new Bolt Whiskey Tasting Room on G Street North 3. Now batting for the Lone Wolves, number 10, Ryan Pearson.
So 2 outs, runner at first. Crabs up 2-0, top of the second. Who's playing this weekend? Correct.
Well, this weekend, it is our first
That's
home
right.
league series against the Lincoln Potters, who we faced in Lincoln last weekend. I'm really excited
Pitch misses inside.
because the Lincoln Potters are going to be coming in here looking for some revenge after the Crabs took 2 out of 3. The Crabs really should have swept that series. Things fell apart in the 8th inning in
Sounds like.
Saturday's game. And
The 1-0 is in there for a strike at the knees.
the one game that they lost. So, yeah, the Potters are going to be coming in here looking for some revenge, and I think it's going to be a really good series.
The 1-1 fouled up out of play, actually. 1-2 now the count to Pearson.
You'll never guess what happened in the 8th inning that led to Lincoln scoring 6 runs.
I get the feeling it was probably a whole bunch of walks.
You would be correct.
Yeah, that's terrible. Nothing you can do about a walk. 1-2 is hit high in the air, foul territory, first base side, going over to, and not making the catch is Caden Lee.
Now, obviously, it wasn't exclusively walks, but
Right.
it was walks definitely factored into
Sure, the
it.
walks didn't help.
It did not help at all. So, I mean, that's, like I just said, at these non-league games, nothing against the opponents that are coming in here, but against opponents like the Chico Lone Wolves, I mean, it might not hurt as much as
Right. Throw over to first.
it might not hurt as much as, teams like Lincoln and Healdsburg. They come in here and
They're going to take advantage
walk a
of
bunch
that
of guys.
for sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
and they're going to make it hurt.
They're just like the Crabs. I mean,
Yep.
same thing. You can't do that against the Crabs either. The 1-2. Runner's going. The pitch is fouled away.
I mean, even against these non-league opponents, I mean,
I know, it's true.
They've had leads late in games, and the Crabs have found a way to come back and win. But, I mean, there are times where it's almost resulted in a loss.
Oh, we had two different games, wasn't it, where either a grand slam or something.
Yep,
first inning.
That's right.
1-2, throw to first, and the runner's back, but the Crabs managed to come back in those. But
Athletic Edge Express.
yeah. Turned out to be the only runs they got, but still.
Yeah.
1-2. Lenhart deals. A little tapper back to the mound. He's got it. Underhand to first, and that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. A runner left. At the end of an inning and a half, it's 2-0 in favor of the Crabs. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. We are back. Thanks to Compass Community Credit Union. Hey Crabs fans, Compass Community Credit Union is happy to point you toward a better banking experience. Visit their conveniently located branches in Arcata and Eureka or online at compassccu.org. That's compassccu.org. Also, U.S. Bank, strengthening our local communities. Their commitments come to life through their people, programs, and policies. Together, we can make a difference in the communities we serve. Thanks also to Baywood Golf and Country and the Big Blue Cafe. Visit the Crabs' favorite, the Big Blue Cafe, on the plaza in Arcata, serving breakfast and lunch all day. Welcome home to the Big Blue.
Welcome to Arcata Ballpark, Leo and Enzo.
I have to say that I eat at the Big Blue quite often and rather enjoy it.
I have a lot of good memories of the Big Blue.
Big fan of the Big Blue
Cafe growing up here in Arcata.
It burned several during COVID, I can remember, and it was closed for a long time.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, it was closed for a couple of years and reopened, and it's just as good or better than it ever was.
We're glad they're here.
Absolutely. Nice folks, great food. Caden Lee leads it off for the Crabs, and he swings and misses at a fastball high in the zone. Crabs up 2-0. Rico Merlo on the mound for the Lone Wolves. Next pitch is waved at and missed. A good slider down at the knees. 0-2. Slider again. This time it misses. Merlo rocks and deals 1-2. Oh, just low. Good take.
Caden Lee coming in batting .258. He has 1 home run on the season, 4 RBIs, 9 walks.
2-2. Swung on and missed. That was the slider. Got him to chase it. 1 away. Second strikeout for Merlot. And here's Parker Rogers.
Rogers coming in batting 280.
California, number 4, Parker.
8 RBIs, 10 walks. Stolen base.
And he takes a pitch in the dirt outside. The 1-0. This is inside. Two 0 misses away, and the count goes 3-0. And the pitch. Ball 4. Rogers walks on 4 pitches, 1 away. And Michael Peraza will come to the bat.
Let's hear it again for Batgirl Olivia Tobin.
Peraza coming in batting 318. 3 RBIs, 7 walks, 6 stolen bases, and 2 triples on the season.
And he lines that one into shallow right field for a base hit. Got a pitch up in the zone and just kind of slapped it over second base, over the second baseman out there.
Now batting for the Crabs at the top of the order, number 2 from Sacramento State, Nolan Hamilton.
That brings us back to the top of the order with Nolan Hamilton strikeout looking his first at bat. First and second, 1 away. Crabs leading by 2. Lights coming on. There's a hard ground ball foul, wide of third. It's a really pleasant night. It is overcast, but it's not as thick overcast as it was last night. It's just brighter out than it was yesterday.
Saw a little bit of blue sky when I got to the ballpark, and
kind of a little
clouds
bit
rolled
barely
back in.
peeking through up right over our heads, but more of a wind tonight than last night. The 0-1, foul tipped. Oh, and 2. Look at second. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch, popped in the air, right side of the infield. Porter is calling for it, and he's got it for the second out of the inning. Timmy Reed will bat. Reed walked and scored in the first inning.
Number 3, Timmy Reed.
See, the Giants are trailing Miami 2-1. Looks
Oh,
like they're
what?
just getting started, though.
Giants already lost to Miami last night.
Yeah, I heard them. I heard Kruk and Kipe and Dave lamenting that they're not getting the big hits this season. As I was driving home, here's the pitch. Popped high in the air. Left field side, foul territory, the third baseman over, and in fair territory, he makes the catch for out number 3. For the Crabs, no runs. There was a hit. There were no errors and 2 left, and at the end of 2, they lead 2-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back. Top of the third inning. Crabs with a 2-0 lead. Top of the order for the Lone Wolves, Anderson, Neubauer, and Ryan.
Batting at the top of the order for the Chico Lone Wolves, number 2, Nick Anderson.
Nick Anderson reached by way of an error on his first at bat. Lenhart sets, deals, and that's a strike belt high right down the middle. The 0-1. Curve misses high and away. He's not been able to locate that pitch really at all tonight. He isn't throwing it very often either, but 1-1 the count. One is fouled off the hands down the left field line and out of play. 1-2 now the count to Anderson. I can't decide if I should buy 50-50 tickets last night. I mean, I was so close.
So close. Well, that means you'll definitely get it tonight.
That's true, huh? The 1-2 is fouled out of play. I just feel like the gods are toying with me.
Harper Motors.
1-2 the count. And the next pitch is lined in the shallow left field. Coming in is Hamilton. He had it played perfectly. 1 away. Here's Neubauer. Sacrifice bunt in his first appearance.
Hey, when are you guys doing trivia? Bottom of the third?
Here's the pitch. Line down the left field line, and that's caught by Hamilton on the run. 2 away. Here's Ryan, hit by a pitch in his first appearance.
Now batting for the Lone Wolves, number 13, Michael Ryan.
'Fastball's in the dirt. 2 outs, nobody on. The 1-0 to Ryan. Check swing. Did he go around? Yep. The 1-1. Fastball is low and outside. Two one. Fastball away, 3-1. Did you see that Kettle Marte was reduced to tears yesterday?
Yeah, that was horrible.
By some really
awful,
apparently awful comment somebody made about his dead mother at the ballpark. I mean, it's,
it's
rousing guys is one thing. A grounder out to second should end the inning, but something like that, that's just
no, that's unacceptable.
Totally unacceptable. And that does end the inning as the Wolves go 1-2-3 in the top of the third. Crabs lead 2-0. This is Crabs Baseball 107.3 FM. We're back. Thanks to Crestmark Millwork, local manufacturer of custom cabinetry and millwork for commercial projects throughout California and Oregon, creating signature elements of extraordinary spaces since 1997. Crestmark is committed to promoting a healthy and productive society by investing in the relationships with employees, local community suppliers, and customers. Also, Charleston Tree Services. They're here to help you with your growing concerns. Locally owned and operated family businesses served homeowners and commercial property owners throughout Humboldt County since 2007. That's Charleston Tree Services. Sewell, Enyart, and Moss to bat in the bottom of the third, leading 2-0. Here's the pitch to Sewell, and it's a fastball low. The 1-0 foul out of play.
Oh, fair ball.
Oh, that's a fair ball into the corner. And he's going for 3, and he will make it a triple for Cameron Sewell. I thought that ball was off the. I lost track of the ball.
I think Kinzer Day, the left fielder, did as well. It looked like he way overran it, and then the ball bounced.
I thought it was headed for the picnic area.
Bounced behind him, right in fair territory, right down the left field line. That was.
Wow, that was strange.
Bizarre.
It looked to me like it was out of the park immediately. So it's a triple, a leadoff triple for Cameron Sewell. And here's Enyart. And he hits a ground ball to short. And it kicks right through his legs and into center field. 3-0 Crabs. Error on Neugbauer.
I believe he still gets the RBI, though, right?
He does, because Sewell would have scored anyway. Yeah.
So that's 29.
From Delta College, number 6, Sutter Moss.
So here's Sutter Moss. Sacrifice fly in his first appearance. 3-0 Crabs. Ground ball out to short. Over to second for 1. Back to first. Not in time. Enyart forced at second. 1 away. Moss to first. Here's Nico Lombardi.
Now batting for the Crabs, number 20, Nico Lombardi.
Lombardi grounded to second in his first at bat. Takes a fastball in there for a strike, the knees. The 0-1. Fouled directly behind us. And 2. High chopper out towards short. You throw to second for the force there. Back to first. And it's a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. But the Crabs get a run on a hit. There was an error and nobody left. And at the end of 3, they lead at 3-0. Stay tuned. Liam will be along to bring you the middle innings. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. Crabs leading it 3-0 in the top of the fourth, and here's Liam.
Thank you, Benjamin. Due up for the Chico Lone Wolves is Denton, Porter, and Patterson against Brock Lenhart. Brock Lenhart so far, pretty good game.
That is the world famous Crabgrass stand.
First start of the season.
He's been great.
Guys, we got another shout out to Harper Motors in the right field area. Shout out to Frankie Guy at Harper Motors. Go buy a car from Frankie.
All right, we're about ready to go.
Harper Motors sponsoring the ballpark tonight.
That's right, Harper Motors is in right field.
I buy all my cars from Harper. I'm very pleased.
We love all the support we get from Harper Motors. Harper Motors is a big supporter not just of the Crabs, but
Local Little League.
Cal Poly Humboldt Athletics, Little League. They're sponsoring all the home runs they've done for the past
Every year they sponsor.
really long time. They've been doing that for a while, so super cool. Pitch to Denton, misses low and outside, 1-0.
Get your 50-50 tickets.
1-0 pitch is a very slow grounder. It's a slow grounder because he was hit off of his foot, and it's a foul ball, 1-1. One is popped straight up to the left, a second, right to the Crabs shortstop Perazo, one away.
Now batting for Chico, number 26, Tyler Porter.
That'll bring in Tyler Porter.
Porter fouled out the first, his first at bat.
Porter misses low and outside, 1-0. Pitch, check swing. Did he go? The first base umpire, Zach Norton, says yes. Porter went around. It's 1-1. Misses outside, and it's 2-1. Two-on pitch is a line drive right up the middle. That's going to get into center field for a base hit. Runner at first with one out. That's going to bring in Jay Patterson.
Patterson's 0 for 1. He flied to right his first at bat.
Patterson is popped foul out of play off to the right. And it's 0-1. Low and outside. And it's 1-1. 1 pitch is a line drive that's going to get into right field for a base hit. Porter's going to put on the brakes at second. And a couple of hits for the Lone Wolves. It'll be first and second with 1 out.
Now batting for Chico, number 16.
We'll bring in Wyatt Bickle. Pitch to Bickle. And for a called strike, 0-1. But one swung on and missed.
That was nasty.
Nasty breaking ball from Brock Lenhart. Action tailing away from Bickle. It's 0-2. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. For Wyatt Bickle, 2 away.
That was he was baffled at that at bat.
I'm bringing Kinzer Day.
Day walked his first appearance.
Shade misses low and outside, 1-0. Pitch, in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. One popped up foul off to the right, out of play. It's 1-2.
Ball sponsored by Harper Motors. He's on the right field barbecue area.
One two is a line drive out to center field. That's going to send Reed back, and he's going to make the catch near the track, and that's going to do it for Chico here in the top of the fourth. They strand a couple of runners. They trail 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, ESPN Radio 107.3 FM. Welcome back to downtown Arcata. Bottom of the fourth inning. New pitcher on the mound
Braden Lose.
for Chico.
L-O-H-S-E, Braden Lose.
Braden Lose. He'll face Lee, Rogers, and Peraza. Oh, after a week on the road, it's been great to hear the Crabgrass Band.
Yeah, it's too bad their band couldn't go on the road.
I know.
Now on the mound for the Chico Lone Wolves, number 5, Brady Wilson.
They used to go to Reading every year with us.
Well, they went to Healdsburg last season, but they were unable
did they?
to make it this season, unfortunately. It seemed like the people of Healdsburg last season were not as happy about the presence of the band as the people here in Arcata are. Caden Lee steps in, and it's a ground ball right to the shortstop, who boots it and then picks it up and has no play.
I don't know. It was a bad hop.
Our official scorer will rule
Let's call it a hit.
that it is going to be a single for Caden Lee.
I'm in a magnanimous mood.
Usually you call that an error.
Yeah, but that took a nasty hop at the last second there. Yeah.
Now bring in Parker Rogers. Rogers in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. The one in the dirt gets away from catcher Pearson, and it's going to allow Lee to move to second on the wild pitch. So runner at second with nobody out. 1-1 count on Parker Rogers. One misses outside, and it's 2-1. One pitch is in the dirt, and it's 3-1. 3-1, low and outside, ball 4. So Rogers works the walk, first and second with nobody out. That's going to bring in Michael Perazo.
Now batting for the Crabs from Sacramento State, number 13, Michael Perazo.
Perazo shows bunt and bunts it foul. It's 0-1.
You should have to take a test, or or something, or have some kind of license to heckle here at the ballpark. I just think.
1 is low and inside, 1-1. You don't like those specific heckles?
I don't know. Not particularly. No, I just think
I will say the heckles here are a lot better than the heckles I heard in
Really?
Healdsburg and Lincoln. The 1-1 drops it right down the middle for a called strike. It's 1-2.
I remember when we used to go to Reading, they were silent. They were just completely silent the whole game. They didn't hassle the umpire. They didn't heckle the other players. I mean, strange.
1-2 way inside, 2-2. Healdsburg was kind of like that. Lincoln, I mean, the fans, the heckles were just heckles you'd hear pretty much anywhere.
Use your other eye ump, that kind of thing. Yeah.
We want a pitcher, not a belly itcher.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, I know.
Ouch.
Fans here are definitely better at heckling. 2-2 is in the dirt, almost hits Perazzo, and
Well, that
catcher somehow got on top of it.
gives me renewed respect for what I just heard.
Did you swung on and missed strike 3?
Nasty.
1 away. And that's going to bring in Nolan Hamilton.
Number 2, Nolan Hamilton.
First pitch, Hamilton is swung on and missed 0-1. This is the first game that I remember Nolan Hamilton being in the leadoff spot.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And Lowe spins around and looks Lee back to second. The fans want a balk, but
Just because he looked at second doesn't
yeah,
make it
I
a ball.
think the fans will shout for a balk if the pitcher does anything other than throw the ball to home plate. The 0-1 is in the dirt, and
Scratches
it's
his
1-1.
chin. That's a ball.
I mean, to be fair, I don't really know what a balk is.
I don't know if anybody does. I think it's one of those mysterious.
I mean, there are balks that are pretty obvious,
Yes.
but 90% of the balks that I see called, I
I have no idea
I
why
have
it's
no
a balk
idea.
either. I
Yeah.
agree, yeah.
The 1-1 misses up high. 2-1, throw back to first, and Rogers almost got picked off, but he gets back in. Well, the Lone Wolves had a runner picked off at first when there was a runner on second, and the same thing almost happened to Parker Rogers and the Crabs. Two one is a high pop fly to left field. The left fielder ranging over to his left, making a nice catch, tagging up from second. Heading to third is Caden Lee. And that'll make it first and third with 2 outs.
And now batting for the Crabs is number 3, Timmy Reed.
I'll bring in Timmy Reed. Timmy Reed, as we were talking about before, had a really good series in Lincoln. I mean, his offensive numbers were not great going into that series, but he was red hot. First pitch to Reed is swung on and fouled off the plate, 0-1. Had his first home run of the season. Had the big hit in the...
Do you know what the dimensions of those ballparks are about?
Not exactly. I know Healdsburg seems smaller. Runner goes from first, 0-1 is swung on and missed. The throw down to second, and the runner breaks for home. That's Caden Lee, and he's going to score. And it's 4-0. So that's just going to be a double steal. So runner comes in. Now runner at second with 2 outs. An 0-2 count on Timmy Reed. Pitch is called, strike 3. That was a nice pitch from Los. I mean, Trackman had it off the plate a bit inside, but it's a nice looking pitch. And I don't know, close enough to be called a strike, I think. It's been called before. But anyway, the Crabs will That'll be it for them in the bottom of the fourth inning. They get a run. They lead 4-0 as we head to the top of the fifth. You're listening to Humble Crabs Baseball, ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to Downtown Arcata, top of the fifth inning. Crabs lead Chico by a score of 4-0. New pitcher on the mound for the Crabs is number 32, Baylor Sandberg.
Number 32, Baylor Sandberg.
And so far on the season for Sandberg, he definitely has struggled a bit. This is his 6th overall appearance. 12 1/3 innings pitched. In those 12 1/3, he's given up 19 hits, 16 runs, 13 of those are earned. He's walked 14, but struck out 18. A chance to improve those numbers here. A little bit of a cushion. Two up will be Pearson, Anderson, and Neusbauer. And there we go, Benjamin, some sun in the outfield.
That's right.
And Nolan Hamilton, the left fielder, is almost completely in the sun. Timmy Reed, the center fielder, as well. And in right field, Sutter Moss gets no sun. I imagine the sun angle for Nolan Hamilton is out in left is pretty brutal.
Looks pretty bad, yeah.
Already see the shielding his eyes out there, so we'll see if a ball goes out there. Pitch to Pearson is a ground ball right to the second baseman, Sewell. Throw to first, a high throw, but Caden Lee, the first baseman, gets it and then tags Pearson going by, one away.
Well done.
Now batting at the top of the order for the Chico Lone Wolves, number 2, Nick Anderson.
I'll bring in Nick Anderson.
Anderson 0 for 2.
Mr. Anderson way high and outside. I want to know. Well, the Giants have tied it up. Bottom of the 6th, it's 2-2. 1-0, misses outside, and it's 2-0. Two-0 is low, and it's 3-0.
It's like not even funny.
3-0 is outside ball 4, so Sandberg walks Anderson on 4 pitches, and unfortunately that's been one of his major issues this season has been the walk. I'll bring in Jaden Neusbauer. We were talking about dimensions earlier. I was about to say that Healdsburg definitely was smaller. in dimension.
Uh-huh.
At least it appeared to be, at least out to like left field. Christian Neusbauer is high and outside 1-0. At Lincoln, I was kind of unsure. It looked to be about the same. But I think with the warmer weather
Yeah.
down
I bet
south,
that's true.
the ball carries a little bit
I'm
more.
sure you're right. Yeah.
Less of a marine influence. 1-0 is outside 2-0. I always tend to notice that when the Crabs go on their road trips to Lincoln and Healdsburg and Medford, warmer places, less fog, that they tend to hit a few more home runs.
It definitely seems true in Medford.
2-0 is in the dirt, and it's 3-0. Outside ball 4.
Oh boy.
So Baylor Sandberg, he got the first out and then has walked 2 straight batters on 4 pitches. And then now acting manager and pitching coach Eric Giacone will go out to talk to his pitcher Baylor Sandberg. They'll give me an opportunity to let you know the Crabs baseball is brought to you by Cypress Cove Cheese. Cypress Cove is the leading producer of delicious artisan goat cheese, including Humboldt Fog, one of the most famous cheeses in the country, proudly based in Arcata. Cypress Cove cheeses are available at cheese shops and grocery stores nationwide and online at cypresscovecheese.com. There's nothing like that Humboldt Fog feeling.
It's occasionally available here in the booth when they send some up during the middle of the season.
We're waiting. We're waiting for that day.
And we wait
it's
for
the
it
best
all
day
year
of
round.
the season.
Yep.
It's like Christmas morning.
It's the best cheese in the world.
Oh, it's not even close. I'll bring in Michael Ryan. Pitch to Ryan misses low, 1-0. And that's 9 straight balls thrown by
Yikes.
Baylor Sandberg. The 1-0. There we go. In there for a called strike. It's 1-1. One check swing, pitches in the dirt, appeal down to first, and Zach Norton, the first base umpire, says that Michael Ryan went around. It's 1-2. Two, Hind inside, and it's 2-2. Two pitches grounded foul down the third base line. We'll do it again, 2-2. This weekend is a really big weekend for your Crabs, because it is the first Pacific Empire League series here at home, and those games really do mean a lot. 2-2 is in the dirt. Count goes full, 3-2. Top 2 teams in the PEL go to the championship series at the end of the season. Crabs only missed out on that championship series by a couple of games. So every game they play in league really, really matters. And you'll want to be here this weekend. 3-2 is foul tipped at the plate. And we'll do it again, 3-2. Of course, added importance because the Crabs took 2 out of 3 from Lincoln last weekend, and the Potters are going to be coming into the Arcata ballpark trying to get some revenge. So any game you see on the schedule that's a PEL game, you definitely want to be here. 3-2 inside, ball 4, and that's going to load him up. And Baylor Sandberg continues to struggle with the walk. Walked 3 in a row after getting the first out. And that's going to bring in Zane Denton. And no movement in the Crabs bullpen so far, so this is Baylor Sandberg's inning. Mr. Denton's in the dirt 1-0. And now to go out to talk to Sandberg is Nico Lombardi. Oh, we have a moment. We'll take you through some scores from around the Pacific Empire League. Right now, the Medford Rogues and the Healdsburg Poom Packers, they are tied up at 2 in the top of the 8th. And the only other PEL game going on right now, the Lincoln Potters leading the West Coast Kings 6-1, now 8-1, bottom of the 4th. Pitches high and inside to Denton, 2-0. The other PEL team in action playing a non-league game, the Solano Mudcats leading the California Tigers. Actually, that's final, beating the California Tigers 7-3. 2-0. In there for a called strike. 2-1. Just caught the corner. Two-one, misses outside, and it's 3-1, and there's nowhere to put Zane Denton. Bases loaded, 1 out. Now there's a red alert going on in the bullpen.
Yeah. yeah. This is not so good.
3-1, outside ball 4. So that's going to bring in a run. It's 4-1.
No me gusta.
Yep.
No me gusta.
It's been the big issue for the Crabs, and I think the Crabs pitcher who struggled the most with it is the guy who's out there on the mound right now, Baylor Sandberg.
Caden Kohlberg.
Caden Kohlberg is in the bullpen for the Crabs. All right. Tyler Porter will step in. Pitch misses up high, 1-0. Misses inside, 2-0. Baylor Sandberg really struggling to throw strikes. Inside, 3-0.
Wow.
And again, nowhere to put.
You think at this point the law of averages would just kick in.
Porter.
You know what I mean? He'd throw a strike just accidentally. I mean,
yeah, I mean, mathematically, one would think. 3-0 is not even close. Outside ball 4, and that's going to bring in another run. And it's 4-2. And I really hate to say it because you hate to pick on one guy too much, but I don't know if I've seen a Crabs pitcher struggle as much with their command in a long time.
Yeah.
So I've seen Baylor Sandberg. And Nico Lombardi's out to the mound again.
They're just trying to buy time now.
Talk to his pitcher, yeah. Because Eric Ciccone already went out there once, so if he goes out there again, they have to make the change. So this is purely just to buy time. Nico Lombardi waiting all the way until home plate umpire goes out there and now walks back. Bases remain loaded with only 1 out and 2 runs walked in. Crabs lead 4-2. That'll bring in Jay Patterson. Patterson in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Kind of gets Sandberg kind of gets a Bronx cheer from the crowd. 0-1 is fouled off to the right, and it's 0-2. Good to see Baylor Sandberg get ahead 0-2 on Jay Patterson. 0-2 swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 away. Well, what a great recovery from Baylor Sandberg. After walking 5 straight to strike out Jay Patterson on 3 pitches. Crabs want more of that against Wyatt Bickle. Bickle misses way inside, 1-0.
He dragged to be the only guy who struck out when he's walked 5 hitters.
Yeah. 1-0 is in the dirt, and it's 2-0. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a pitcher do this as much as Baylor Sandberg has.
I don't think we have either.
It walks 5 straight and then strikes out Jay Patterson on 3 pitches, and then Wyatt Bickle steps in, and 2 pitches are not even close. 2-0, in there for a called strike, 2-1, good pitch. Crowd here trying to give Baylor Sandberg as much encouragement as possible. Get that ball into the strike zone. 2-1, check swing, peel down to first. Zach Norton says he did not go. It's 3-1. And again, nowhere to put Wyatt Bickle. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Three, 1, in there for a called strike. Count goes full, 3-2. Crowd giving Baylor Sandberg some encouragement to get that 3rd out. 3-2, inside ball 4, and it's 4-3. That
That's
pitch
got to be it, yeah.
wasn't even close, and now Eric Ciccone will go out to the mound, and he's going to go get Baylor Sandberg.
Yep.
Just tough. Right, so 3 runs in here in the top of the 5th, all walked in. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 4-3, favor of the Crabs. As the Crabs make a pitching change, King Kohlberg is going to come into the ball game. We're going to go back to the studio for a 1-minute break. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to Downtown Arcata, top of the fifth inning. Bases are loaded with 2 outs, 3 runs in the top of the fifth for the Chico Lone Wolves. And on the mound for the Crabs is number 30, Caden Kohlberg. And Kohlberg on the season, he's had a good season, although his last outing on Saturday, things did not go very well for him.
He had control trouble, eh?
He did. It was part of that 6-run inning for the Potters that gave them the lead and ultimately led to the win. But when he's been good, he has been very good.
That's true, yeah.
It's just a matter of what kind of Caden Kohlberg we're going to see. Kinzer Day will step in, and the pitch is in the dirt 1-0. I mean, he really is night and day. Either he is unhittable and nobody can touch
or he's
him,
unhittable.
Yeah, exactly. The 1-0 in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Chance for the Crabs to escape the fifth inning with the lead. The 1-1 in there for a called strike, and it's 1-2. One, two is sprayed foul off to the right onto F Street. We'll do it again, 1-2. One-two pitch, misses up high, and it's 2-2. He swung on and missed strike 3, and what a great job by Caden Kohlberg to only face one batter, but come in with the bases loaded and get the strikeout. That's going to do it for the Lone Wolves here in the top of the fifth. They get 3. Crabs still lead 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, ESPN Radio 107.3 FM. Welcome back to Downtown Arcata. Bottom of the fifth inning. The Crabs lead Chico 4-3. It'll be Sewell, Enyart, and Moss due up here in the fifth. We have a moment. Let's take you through some scores from around Major League Baseball. Going to the bottom of the seventh in San Francisco. They are tied between the Giants and the Miami Marlins. The West Sacramento A's beat the Detroit Tigers in Detroit today by a score of 3-0.
Wow, really?
Tigers are really good, too.
Yes, they are.
Mr. Sewell almost hit him. 1-0. Thought it did hit him for a second. Saw that the A's, I don't know if it was yesterday or today, the 1-0 breaking ball just misses low, 2-0. The A's had their groundbreaking ceremony for the new ballpark in Las Vegas.
Baby.
2-0. And therefore a called strike, and it's 2-1. Ballpark that even the residents of Las Vegas aren't really that all excited about. But yet they took that team away from Oakland.
Terrible owner.
2-1, loan outside 3-1, indeed. Is grounded foul at the plate. Count goes full, 3-2. Three-two pitch is a line drive out to center field, and that's going to fall right in front of the center fielder for a base hit.
Second hit of the night for Sewell.
That's right. He's 2 for 2.
Let's hear it for that girl, Olivia.
Let's bring in Adam Enyard, but the coach for the Lone Wolves is out to talk to Brain Lose. And there is somebody, I believe, who's warming up in the bullpen. And the coach will make the move. So
They just got back in the game, so.
Runner at first with nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. The Crabs lead 4-3. We'll go back to the studio for a 1-minute break as Chico makes a pitching change. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to Downtown Arcata. Pitcher on the mound for Chico is number 55, Caden Fowler. He will face Adam Enyard, followed by Sutter Moss and Nico Lombardi.
Now on the mound for Chico, number 55, Caden Fowler. And to play for your Humber Crabs, number 16, Adam Enyard.
Runner goes, the pitch to Enyard is fouled off of the plate, and it's 0-1. This is high and outside, and it's 1-1. Runner goes, the 1-1, and therefore a called strike. The throw down to second And Sewell just gets there in time.
Close.
Definitely was close. Runner at second with nobody out. A 1-2 count on Adam Enyart. 1-2 called, strike three, one away. And TrackMan did have that a bit off the plate outside, but called a strike by Brandon Coburn. Runner on second, one down. That'll bring in Sutter Moss.
Moss is 0 for 2. His batting average has fallen now below 200.
To Moss. And for a called strike, it's 0-1. A 1, high and outside. And it's 1-1. 1-1 is popped up foul out of play off to the left. And it's 1-2. One-two is a low looper that's going to get down into left field for a base hit. Sewell, he's being waved around third. He's going to score, and the Crabs lead it 5-3.
That was a big hit.
Big hit. As you said, Sutter Moss's offensive numbers have not been great, so great to see that there.
From Cal State Fullerton, number 28, Nico Lombardi.
I'll bring in Nico Lombardi, runner at first, one out. Just Lombardi in there for a called strike 0-1.
And did his last call for 50-50.
0-1. This is outside 1-1. One is ground ball right at the pitcher's feet. It kicks off of him right to the shortstop, who's not going to have a play. And that's going to be a hit. Tough hit for Caden Fowler, the pitcher.
Yeah.
Hit right off of his leg. The second will go Sutter Moss. First and second with one out. And I'll bring in Caden Lee. Mr. Lee drops it right in there for a called strike 0-1. The 1 is swung on and missed. And it's 0-2. Two swung on and missed strike 3, so he strikes out on 3 pitches. 2-way. It's going to bring in Parker Rogers. He's walked twice tonight.
Number 4, Parker Rogers.
Rogers is popped up right field, coming in and then ranging back is a Chico right fielder, Michael Ryan, to make the catch, and that's going to do it here in the 5th for the Crabs. But they get a run. They lead 5-3 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to Humboldt Crabs Baseball, Humboldt ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to downtown Arcata. Top of the 6th inning. Crabs lead the Chico Lone Wolves by a score of 5-3. King Kohlberg out on the mound for his first full inning of work. And it'll be Pearson, Anderson, and Neusbauer due up for Chico.
Krusty Crab in his park.
Krusty back 2 nights in a row.
Krusty never misses a home game, I don't think.
There are some games where I feel like we don't see him, but I don't know, maybe that's just because I'm not paying attention.
Where he only goes to the outfield.
Well, before yesterday's game, I was just up here doing my tasks, and then I saw members of the Crab staff walking around Krusty's disemboweled head and feet.
What?
And I was
How's that possible?
shocked.
Because
Mr.
what?
Pearson in the dirt 1-0. Couldn't believe what I was seeing. And then he just walks out there last night like nothing happened. I don't know. The 1-0 in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1.
It had to be like a like a clone,
Yeah,
like some kind of fake thing
I
like Joe
must have been
Biden had or whatever.
Must have been seeing things. 1-1 is fouled straight back to the screen, and it's 1-2.
Seems fine now.
Yeah, it looks great. 1-2 is sprayed foul off to the right. Do it over 1-2. One-two pitch, fouled back again. We'll do it over 1-2. One-two, Mrs. Lone outside, 2-2. Well, the Miami Marlins are now beating the Giants 4-2 in the top of the 8th. That's terrible.
It's ridiculous.
2-2 is swung on and missed strike
nasty.
3. What a filthy pitch from Caden Kohlberg. I mean, when he's doing things like that, you know he's on. One away. He's going to bring in Nick Anderson. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier with the Giants. I mean, their offense just...
They just can't score any runs. How's
Yeah.
Devers doing? I haven't really been paying attention.
I think he's done okay. I was pitch to Anderson is up high, 1-0. I was actually watching the game on Saturday at the hotel when he hit his first home run as a Giant. So that was super cool to see live. The 1-0. Pitches up high, 2-0. I feel like during crab season, I don't get to watch as many
Yeah, me
Giants
either,
games,
yeah.
and all the Giants games I get to watch, they seem to lose.
I watch a lot of baseball before our season starts, and then once our season starts, I don't really watch much until it's over again.
2-0's inside 3-0. Same. I mean, before crab season starts, I watch just about every Giants game.
Yeah,
and
me
then
too.
After crab season,
Yeah.
I watch just about every Giants game. 3-0 in there for a called strike, and it's 3-1. But during crab season, I feel so out of the loop.
I check in every day on the news to see what happened, but
Well, it was funny because Sunday, before we left on the road trip, the 3-1 misses inside ball 4. So Anderson's going to walk with 1 out. I mean, the Rafael Devers news broke right after the game ended on Sunday. I mean, I think you had just left.
yeah,
And I texted you that the Giants
that's
got
right. I remember
Rafi
that. Yeah,
Devers,
right. Yeah,
and,
right. Yeah.
I mean, I was still at the
Everybody
ballpark
was super
when that
excited
happened.
by that. All my friends were texting me.
Newsbauer will step in, and I mean, you pitch to Newsbauer's inside, gets away from the catcher Lombardi. Going to second is Anderson. Wild pitch.
Wild pitch.
I don't expect Rafi Devers to turn around the Giants' offense instantly.
No, I don't either. No,
The 1-0 is in the dirt, 2-0.
they just have too many holes in their lineup.
Yeah. It's inconsistent, and losing a series to Miami would be pretty
Pretty lame.
embarrassing. 2-0 is fouled straight back, and it's 2-1. The Giants, I think I saw today, they have the best bullpen ERA in
Yes, they
all
do.
of baseball.
Well, it's the pitching that's been holding them up.
Oh, yeah, and the defense, too. The
Good
2-1
defense.
in there for a called strike. It's 2-2.
Usually those go together.
The offense has just been terribly inconsistent. And there haven't been really many games where the Giants have scored a lot of runs. A 2-2 is fouled straight back. We'll do it again, 2-2. On Sunday, I believe it was Sunday, where they, I think, scored 9. Two is a ground ball fouled on the first base line. We'll do it again, 2-2. Be very interesting to see what Buster Posey does at the trade deadline for the Giants. What kind of moves
Yeah, it will be interesting. Yeah,
he'll make. I mean, he's already done a lot better than Farhan Zaidi and
that guy was terrible.
getting Rafael Devers. He really was. I believe he was a spy for the Dodgers.
I
the
know.
whole
Yeah,
time.
that's plausible. I think.
The 2-2 inside 3-2.
Saboteur.
He did work for the Dodgers before he went to the Giants, so I don't know. Might be some truth to that, but we'll probably never find out. Three-two is a fly ball that's going to get down to left field for a base hit. Hamilton plays it on a hop, gets the ball back in quickly to hold Anderson at third. So a base hit for Newsbauer.
Well,
That'll make it first and third with 1 out. We'll bring in Michael Ryan.
Wolves are in this game for sure.
Well, fortunately, the theme for the Crabs, I mean, they wouldn't be in this game if it weren't for
That's right, for all the
many
walks.
walks.
Yeah.
Pitch to Ryan, in there for a called strike 0-1. A 1 swung on and missed. And it's 0-2. Oh, swung on and missed.
nasty.
Strike 3. What a clutch at bat for Caden Kohlberg facing Michael Ryan.
That
Strikes
was
him
a
out
nasty
on
pitch.
3 pitches. 2 away. I'll bring in Zane Denton. Denton is swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. No one. This is up high, and it's 1-1. It's over to first, and a pretty close play, but Nussbauer gets back in safely at first. Good pickoff move from Caden Colbert. 1-1 in there for a called strike, and it's 1-2. One-two misses up high, and it's 2-2. Two swung on and missed, strike three. Great job by Caden Colberg. He had runners at first and third with one out and gets out of it with no damage done.
Yeah, ends up striking out the side.
Yeah, exactly. Crabs lead it 5-3 as we head to the bottom of the sixth. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to downtown Arcata, bottom of the sixth inning. Crabs lead the Chico Lone Wolves by a score 5-3. It will be Perazzo, Hamilton, and Reed due up against Caden Fowler.
Michael Perazzo.
Mr. Perazzo swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Swung on and foul tipped into the glove, and it's 0-2. Two is poked out and lined right to the third baseman, Bickle, one away. Perazzo just reached out and hit that right to the third baseman.
Didn't hit it very hard.
Nope. 61 off the bat.
Now batting for the Crabs at the top of the order, number 2, Nolan.
One away, they'll bring in Nolan Hamilton. Just Hamilton in there for a called strike, 0-1.
Hamilton's 0 for 3 tonight.
0-1 is chopped down the third baseline, foul. 0-2. Well, if there's a weekend that you need to be here at the ballpark, it is definitely this weekend. First Pacific Empire League home series of the season. 0-2 is popped up, right field. Ryan breaking in, makes the catch, 2 away. It's kind of nonchalant and just kind of flipping that glove out and making the catch. 2 away. I'm bringing Timmy Reed. Lincoln Potter's coming in. Very meaningful games. Crabs need to win these league games if they want to go to the PEL Championship Series. They're going to be facing a team they took 2 out of 3 from on the road last weekend as the pitch is outside 1-0. I think it's going to be a great series. You're going to want to be here for that. Friday.
I'm not going to be here Saturday.
Friday 7, 1-0 is hit foul on the third base line. 1-1. Well, you're not going to be here Friday or Saturday.
One of those nights.
One of those nights you're not going to be here. Because looking at the sky is more important than a PEL series, as that pitch is poked out past the second baseman in the center field for a base hit. So Reed's going to have a 2-out single. I get it. Weather's good. You gotta do your thing, Benjamin.
Yeah.
I support you.
Barely.
Begrudgingly.
Begrudgingly.
Cameron Sewell will step in.
How did I missed Hamilton's play.
He flew out to right.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Pitch to Sewell. Misses up high, 1-0. I think the viewing and listening public want you to be here the entire weekend.
Oh, I'm sure they're, yeah, all broken up. I'm sure they're really.
Well, I also need your official scoring guidance. The pitch is outside 2-0. I mean, when you're not here and there's a borderline play, I'm just completely lost on what to call.
Maybe Finn will be here. He's good at it.
Maybe. He actually does play baseball.
Yeah, he's good at it. He's
good.
good.
First and Reed's back in safely. The only one out of
all of us
that plays baseball other than Gavin, who's up here right now.
Oh, Gavin
in
plays.
place of Finn. 2-0 is up high 3-0, but Gavin and Finn do the same job, so it's one or the other. So there's only one person up here at a time that actually plays baseball.
I played baseball.
Yeah.
I'm playing right
now. A while
now.
ago, the 3-0. Oh, right, on your phone. A ball 4 to Sewell. I thought you were talking about Little League. First and second with 2 outs. That's going to bring in Adam Enyart. Adam Enyart, 2 RBIs tonight.
Yeah,
started
as
with
always
27, now is 29, and could have 30 if he gets a hit here. 30 or more.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it's Adam Enyart.
Pitch to Enyart.
It's a good chance you're looking at 33.
And there for a called strike, and it's 0-1.
I mean, 32, sorry.
Well, you're not a math professor.
He's not that good.
0-1 is fouled straight back. And it's 0-2. Two is fly ball out to right. The right fielder going back, still going back, and makes the catch. And that's going to do it here in the 6th. The Crabs fail to score, but they lead it 5-3 as we head to the top of the 7th. Stay tuned. The Professor Benjamin Schaefer will be taking you the rest of the way. And listening to Crabs Baseball, ESPN Radio 107.3 FM. Welcome back to downtown Arcata. Top of the 7th inning. The Crabs lead the Chico Lone Wolves by a score of 5-3. Caden Kohlberg remains out on the mound, and now to take you the rest of the way, here is the professor, Benjamin Schaefer.
Thank you, Liam. Poirier, Patterson, and Bickle to bat in the top of the 7th for the Lone Wolves. For the Crabs, 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Wolves, Lone Wolves. Porter tonight is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch, and it's a fastball in there for a strike. Caden Kohlberg still out on the mound for the Crabs. Sets and comes home. That's hit in the air to center field. Going back is Reed, still going back, still going back. He looks up, it's off the base of the wall. On his way to second is Porter with a stand-up double to dead center field.
That one was stung out there, 94.
Yeah. So here's Patterson. Patterson is 1 for 3 tonight. Five to 3 Crabs. Really shouldn't be this close. All 3 runs were the result of walks for the Lone Wolves. Here's the pitch, and he reaches up and pops it out of play. Ooh, good fastball, blows right by him. 88 miles an hour. At the eyes, tough to lay off that pitch. 0-2. And he swings and misses at another fastball. 1 away. Here's Bickle, 0 for 2. Fastball right down the middle for a called strike. The 0-1 rides high. A ball and a strike to count. Here's the pitch. There's the curve, I guess. Maybe a slider, missed high, whatever it was. Took something off for sure. 2-1. Look out at second. Here's the 2-1. In there for a strike. Let her high. 2-2. Two misses just high, barely high. It's a close pitch. Good take by Bickle. Three and 2. Swung on and missed, blew a fastball right by him, 2 away. Five strikeouts for Kohlberg now in just 1 1/3 innings. 1 2/3, excuse me. Here's Day. He's 0 for 2. It's that one high in the air to center field. Coming in is Reed. He's under it, and that ends the inning. No runs. There was a hit. There were no errors, and a runner left at the end of 6 1/2. Crabs lead at 5-3. We're going to stay here at the ballpark for the world famous Crabgrass Band and take me out to the ball game.
I want to give another shout out to our home run sponsor for 2025. Harper Motors will donate $50 to the Little League District 26 for every Crabs home run during the 2025 season. And now, fam, it's time to stand up, stretch out that bench press, and join the world famous Crabgrass Band for Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Alrighty. New pitcher on the mound for the Lone Wolves. This is number 9. Let's see. Cooper Killian. Cooper Killian.
Now on the mound for the Chico Lone Wolves, number 9, Cooper Killian.
So he is the 4th pitcher of the night
Your Humble Crabs, number 6, Sutter.
for the Lone Wolves. It'll be Moss, Lombardi, and Lee to bat. And Sutter Moss fouls one out of play. Moss is 1 for 2. He has a sacrifice fly. Going 1 to count. Now, Killian wants to have a word with catcher Pearson.
Bottom of the 9th inning in San Francisco. Giants have 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. They're down 4-3. But Patrick Bailey's at the plate, so.
Oh, well, that's it. Game over. Meanwhile, 0-1 to Moss. This is away. 1-1. Rides high. 2-1. Inside, and the count goes to 3-1. Oh, Bailey just singled in the game winner. I'll be darned.
Oh, no, he's out. He's out.
Oh, he's out. Well, he tied the ball game, though, right?
Tying run.
He got the tying run in. Excellent. The 3-1. And Moss is hit high and deep right field. No doubt about it. Adios, muchacho. That was crushed.
That thing was gone. That thing was launched into the night sky.
Absolutely.
Out to right field.
400-foot home run.
Giants almost won it, too.
Another hard hit ball on the infield.
Line drive caught by the third baseman.
Yeah.
Giants tie up the game, and then Sutter Moss right after that hits a home run. Deep shot out to right. Good things are happening here in Northern California.
Good things are happening. So here's Lombardi, 6-3 now in favor of the Crabs. And there's a slider away. 1-0. Lombardi tonight is 1 for 3. Yeah, that Sutter Moss was no doubt about that off the bat.
That thing was crushed.
Beautiful arc. The 0-1 is high, 1-1. One pitch. Check swing, and it's called strike.
Well, with that Sutter Moss home run, that's 14 home runs on the season for the Crabs, and now Harper Motors, who's out in right field, is going to have to shell out $700 for the Arcata Little League. And counting.
The 1-2 and counting, that's right. They weren't counting on in Enyart.
Yeah. I mean,
or Moss.
This Crabs team has been very good offensively. I mean, that's one of their biggest strengths is they can hit. They got guys who can hit.
1-2 to count.
And hit in clutch situations, too.
That's right. They have had the big hits when they've needed them. And there's a tapper out towards third base. And Lombardi is retired. 1 away, excuse me. Here's Caden Lee. Lee is 1 for 3.
And now batting for the Humble Crabs, number 24, Caden Lee.
Sutter Moss, that was his third home run of the season. I mean, he's only came into this game batting 200. I mean, his offensive, at least his batting average has not been great, 13 RBIs. But, man, when he hits the ball,
it stays hit.
He hits the ball hard.
So here's Lee, and he hits one in the air to center field. Playable. Anderson's there. 2 away.
Let's give it up for bat girl, Olivia.
Parker Rogers to the bat. He's 0 for 1 with a couple of walks.
From Eureka, California, number 4, Parker
And there's a strike on the outside corner. Was a couple of hops down the third, and that ends the inning. But the Crabs get a run on Sutter Moss's huge blast to make it 6-3 in their favor. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. All right, we're back. It looks the umpire is pointing to first base, so I believe that I don't know what he's pointing at.
Cade Lee's at
Still at first. Is he
taking
pointing at
balls
first, or is he just pointing randomly to the sky, or what is going on?
There is a new pitcher on the mound.
Oh, that may be. I think. Well, that would explain why he's pointing towards first. That that explains a lot.
Yeah. That is Cody Collins, number 33.
Cody Collins on the mound.
Out of Fortuna High School.
Actually, this umpire's been really good tonight.
Yeah, Coburn, he hasn't umped here in a while. He's taken some time off, but returned. He actually worked the Lincoln series this past weekend in Lincoln.
Did he really?
And then came up here and was here last night. And
he's been pretty much on it tonight.
On the plate tonight, and yeah, you're right, Benjamin. He's been very consistent.
Pearson, Anderson, and Neusbauer to bat for the Lone Wolves. Pearson's 0 for 4 tonight. And the pitch swung on and missed at the fastball, 0-1. 88-mile-an-hour pitch from Cooper Collins. The 0-1. Breaking pitch misses inside.
Can you give me attendance when you get a chance?
The 1-1 is low. 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Lone Wolves from Chico. 2-1. Rounder past second base and in the right field for a base hit. So Pearson aboard to lead off the top of the 8th. Back to the top of the order. Anderson is 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. And there's a fastball right down the middle for a called strike. The 0-1. Strike on the inside corner. Good pitch. 0-2 took something off. 0-2 to Anderson. Pearson at first, short lead. Here's the pitch. Fastball just misses inside.
What number do you want it to be?
1-2. There's a breaking pitch, and he just cues it out towards third base. Tough play, and there won't be a play. That'll be a hit for Anderson. Parker Rogers rushed it, tried to make the throw, but really had no chance. That was just hit right off the very end of the bat. So first and second now, the tying run to the plate with nobody out for the Lone Wolves. And here is Neusbauer. Neusbauer is 1 for 2. Tough break for Collins. He really fooled Pearson on that pitch, but there's a fastball and it's fouled out of play. The 0-1 slider, backdoor slider misses outside. Pearson at second, Anderson at first. Nobody out. 1-1 pitch. Misses down low. Two-one. This is again inside, 3-1. So Collins a pitch away from loading the bases with nobody out. He sets and deals right down the middle, and the count goes full.
Well, Miami's up 8-4 in the top of the 10th.
Ay, ay, ay.
Something bad happened.
Ay, ay, ay. 3-2. Walked him. Now something bad happened here.
It has the potential to happen.
Bases loaded. Nobody out. Here's Michael Ryan. He's 0 for 2. Krabs infield is pulled in at the corners. Double play depth up the middle. People are leaving the ballpark. In a 6-3 game with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Slider for a strike on the outside corner.
Still a good amount of people here on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, yeah. 0-1. In there again with a nasty breaking pitch. 0-2. Back-to-back sliders there. And he's ahead of Ryan. 0-2. Bases are loaded. No one is out. Here's the pitch. Hit foul past first base. That could have been big trouble. Collins in a heap of trouble out there. 0-2. And he rides high with a fastball.
What did you do this time? There's a police car.
1-2 pitch. In the air, shallow center field. Playable. The catch is made. Here comes the throw home. It's not going to be in time, and that's going to make it 6-4 in favor of the Krabs. That is not Timmy Reed out in center field anymore, I don't think. Hard to tell from here, but
I think you're right.
so here's Zane Denton. Denton is 0 for 2. 6-4 Krabs. Runners on first and second, one out. Somebody must have hit a grand slam in that Giants game.
I don't even want to know at this point.
Yeah. Fastball right down the middle for a called strike.
Sure, I'll find out at some point.
No. You can't look away. It's like watching a train wreck.
Yeah.
The 0-1 is high, 1-1. It just is frustrating because the Giants are so close to being competitive. I mean, they are competitive,
Well,
but they're so close to.
When the Giants give up 8 runs, I mean, the game's pretty much over.
It's over, yeah. They just don't have the offense to carry them, I don't think.
Nope.
The 1-1. This is down low.
I think there's a pretty decent chance they'll make the wild card.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
maybe win a best out of 3 wild card series. I don't think they have what it takes at the moment to get past the division series.
Well, no, short series. It is the bullpen and the pitching makes it really kind
and
of.
whoever's hot. I
Yep, and whoever's hot. So you never know. 2-1 is high. 3-1. So
Giants could catch fire, at the end of September.
That's right.
Get them through a wild card series, but once you get to the best out of 5 and the best out of 7, you need a little bit more.
Kind of feels that way. 3-1. Here comes the pitch. Popped in the air on the shallow right center field. Rushing in is Moss, and he's got it. And runner's going to have to hold. 2 away. That's a big out. So here's Porter, and he's 2 for 3 tonight with a double. And the pitch. Fastball in there at the knees for a called strike. Good pitch. 0-1. Slider misses low and inside. Anderson's at second, Neusbauer at first. There are 2 outs. Look out at second. And Collins comes home. Fastball for a called strike right on the black on the outside corner. Great pitch. Excuse me. 1-2. Ooh, slider misses just low. 2-2 now. Now finally the batter steps out. Two and two. Slider called, strike 3. Happy trails. That ends the inning.
Nasty boy, Cody.
Pitch right on the outside corner, but the Lone Wolves come up with a run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 left, and at the end of 7.5, it's 6-4 Crabs. This is exciting Crabs baseball. 107.3 FM. We're back. Bottom of the 8th inning. For the Crabs, it'll be Peraza, Hamilton, and Reed, leading 6-4. And I think we have a new pitcher, 33. Is this? This is Jordan Riley on the mound for the Lone Wolves. So he is the 5th pitcher tonight. Four runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Lone Wolves. 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. Don't forget, fans, a huge series coming up this weekend as the Lincoln Potters come in for 3 games of league play.
It's gonna be big.
And it's getting to that time of year where we're starting to settle out who's gonna win this division.
League games are starting, and like I've said many times, they mean a lot. Each game really is very important.
Peraza to lead it off, and he pops one high in the air down the left field line, foul territory. That's fair ball. That's going to drop for a base hit. He's headed for second as Kinzer Day had a little bit of trouble recovering, and that'll be a double for Peraza.
Yeah, I think Peraza was
he would have made it
getting
anyway.
a double either way.
Yeah. Peraza's very fast.
Oh yeah.
So leadoff double here in the bottom of the 8th. Back to the top of the order. Here's Nolan Hamilton. He's 0 for 4.
I think typical lineup construction in baseball, you always like to have speed 1 and 9.
Yes, right.
That's kind of how this lineup's built. Nolan Hamilton, he's got speed. He's leading off. Peraza, he's got speed. He's batting 9th.
And he shows bunt and bunts it up against the screen. Fastball from Riley at 86 miles an hour. Well, got it second. Here's the 0-1. He foul tips it. Oh, and 2. On the set. Here comes the 0-2. In the dirt. Blocked by Pearson. No advance by Peraza. Two and 2. And now Hamilton steps out.
I think he was replaced in the outfield.
Cameron went to the outfield. Sewell went to the outfield.
2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him. One away.
We have a pinch hitter. I believe this is Elijah McNeil.
It is. Pitch hitting for Timmy Reed. Peraza still at it at second. Here's the pitch to McNeil, and he takes low and outside. Now throw back to second, but Peraza's back. He's going, the 1-0 is fouled away. Had a huge jump. He was surely stolen third.
I know Jack loves Nickelback. I know Jack is a big Nickelback.
1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And that's fouled out of play. 1-2 now to McNeil.
That's the only song that popped up in my head when you said it's on you now.
Nickelback or Drake? Go.
Nickelback. Okay, I've never heard that one before. I'll have to learn that.
1-2 the count. McNeil's got a cool bat. Shiny gold wrapping on it there. And swung on and missed. Didn't help him this time, unfortunately. 2 away. So with 2 outs and Peraza still out at second, here's Sewell. He's had a good night. They've not gotten him out. He's walked twice, he's tripled, and he's singled.
Giants, unfortunately, could not get it done. They lose 8-5 to the Marlins and lose the series. And I'll be able to watch the game tomorrow, so they're probably going to get swept.
Ooh, and a big swing and a miss. It's 0-1 to Sewell. Maybe you shouldn't watch.
I'm thinking about not watching.
I mean, for the good of the team.
Yeah, I think you're right.
0-1. This is high. A ball and a strike now. The count to Sewell. 1-1. Swung on a miss, a big cut. 1 and 2. Prosto takes his lead. 1 and 2 the count to Sewell. Will the Crabs squander a leadoff double? Here's the pitch. It's high. Just high. Close pitch. Nice take. Two balls, 2 strikes to count. Runner's going, and the pitch is fouled up against the screen. So we'll do it again with the count even.
Pace of this game is
slow.
slowed to a crawl.
Well, Riley's a very slow worker out there.
Yeah. This hasn't been a particularly quick game.
In general, no. Well, when you have so many walks.
Yeah, right.
There's a called strike 3 on the inside corner, and he ends up striking out the side. And indeed, the Crabs do waste a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 8th. Stay tuned. Top of the 9th inning coming up. The Lone Wolves need 2. This is Crabs Baseball 107.3 FM. All right, top of the 9th inning. It'll be Patterson, Bickle, and Day. Last chance for the Lone Wolves. Crabs looking to sweep this midweek series, leading 6-4.
Pinch hitter, 23.
Number 23, that's going to be
Aiden Robles.
Aiden Robles, the pinch hit. He played in last night's game, and he was 0 for 2. Cody Collins on the close, trying to close it out. Out for a second inning of work. And here we go. And the first pitch to Robles. Slider for a strike on the outside corner. Great pitch. Right at the knees. Right on the block. Gets that slider working, man. That's nasty. Especially.
Yeah, it's tough.
The 0-1. Fastball is high and inside. Six runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Lone Wolves. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that's in the dirt. Two and 1. And the fastball rides high, 3 and 1. I don't like where this appears to be headed. 3-1. Fouled off the hands. Good pitch. 3-2. I may just be freaking out because of all the walks in the 5th inning there, but
Yeah, just all the walks this season in general.
yeah, the walks really. 3-2. Called strike 3. Nasty breaking pitch right on the outside corner.
Right on the corner.
Perfect. 1 away. Wow.
We have another pinch hitter. It is number 45, Luke Henderson.
For Bickle.
He played last night, didn't he?
Henderson? And he fouls it up against the screen. He did. He was 1 for 3. We have 1. Breaking pitch is in there for a strike at the knees on the outside corner. Another perfect pitch from Collins. He's got some nasty stuff.
Really does.
The 0-2. Fastball swung on and missed. 2 away. So the Lone Wolves down to their last out.
Oh, I'm feeling a little queasy, Benjamin. That pitch was
I know, yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, that was filthy. So it'll be up to Kinser Day. Day is 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. And he takes a slider outside.
No, he said, I don't know.
1-0 misses away.
Might be too heavy.
2 balls, no strikes. 2-1 is swung on and foul tipped. Sorry, the count is 2-1 now. Next pitch is a fastball at the knees, 2-2. So now they're down to their last strike, are the Lone Wolves. Two and two. The pitch. Swung on and missed, got him, and he strikes out the side to end it. For the Crabs in victory, 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. The win goes to Brock Lenhart. For the Lone Wolves, 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. The loss goes to Rico Merlo. The Crabs go to 17-3 on the season, still undefeated at home. And another well-played game by the Crabs tonight, except for the walks, but ended up not hurting them.
Yeah, I mean, another great game for the Crabs. They got some hits when they needed them. Of course, that launched home run from Sutter Moss out to right field.
Yeah, that was the highlight of the game.
That was
right
great
there.
to see.
Yeah.
Cody Collins was fantastic. Caden Kohlberg was really good coming in. Brock Lenhart with a really good start.
That's right.
Yeah, good win for the Crabs, and I'm really looking forward to this weekend. It's going to be a really good series, a big league series against a team that is looking for some revenge after what the Crabs did to the Potters in Lincoln last weekend. So should be a good one.
All right, till then, Benjamin Schaefer along with Liam Warner. Thanks for listening, folks. See you Friday. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM.